Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox, and this is the last of the long form videos of the day, and all I want to say is, Heidi Hi campers. Except that's not entirely right, because of course, Heidi Hi, that was the yellow coats for Joe Maplin, and we're looking at the red coats of Butlins. Only we're not looking at those red coats at all, are we? We're looking at the Redcoat Cafe in Edinburgh Castle. It's been called the Redcoat Cafe for 32 years, and now, all of a sudden, the morons of the Nats have decided that that is inappropriate, and that's a terrible name, because these stupid people who don't know their own history seem to associate Redcoat with English, and therefore it's the enemy. Not realising, of course, that at the Battle of Culloden, it was the Redcoats what beat the Jacobites, and the Redcoats were Scottish. You stupid arse. Go learn your own history before you stand there making complete tits of yourself. Well, we can have a laugh, we're going to have a laugh, but actually there's one guy that needs to be investigated by the security forces, and certainly he needs to be prosecuted under Hamza Yousaf's hate laws, because after all, what he's done is very, very hateful. Let's have a look, a bit of a laugh, and realise how stupid the Nats are, and how, despite all their claims, they haven't got a clue about their own damn history. Here goes. So, nasty Nats backlash sparks Edinburgh Castle Redcoat rethink amid a bomb threat as idiocy is rewarded. Now, they've got this guy, he's a doctor, and he actually said it needs to be blown up and all this. Now, that is a hate crime. That is an incitement to terrorism. Can't say it too early in the video, but you know, terrorism is a terrorist attack. So what he's saying is, go to a place where people congregate and blow something up. If that is not a crime, I don't know what is, and I hope the police are paying him a very swift visit, and I do hope that he is hauled in front of a judge and given a few years in which to consider what a dick he truly is. But they are moaning about the name and crying in the streets about the name of a restaurant, or name of a cafe, named after their own damn people. 1746, April 1746, and this isn't bad for a Northern Irishman knowing this shit. April 1746, off he comes, Bonnie Prince Charlie, can't think, Charles Edward Stuart, isn't it? He comes along, he meets the 7 men of Moydart, and they all say, "Don't do it, Charlie," and he does it, and he comes in. Anyway, up he goes, he tries his big thing, the Duke of Cumberland comes up and kicks his arse. End of the Jacobite rebellion. Never once more. A couple of little tiny skirmishes. People got, there was a lot of, let's just say, backlash and all this. George I sent the order, said, "Cumberland, go do it." And, well, he didn't say it, he said it in German, didn't he? Because he didn't speak a bloody word of English. But anyway, George I tells Cumberland, go and sod off and get rid of Bonnie Prince Charlie, and he did. And next thing you know, Bonnie Prince Charlie, off he goes, kicked out. Now, the Duke of Cumberland, fine, he was English, and he did have some English forces, sure. But half the bloody lot that were fighting in Redcoats were the Scottish Lowlanders. They wanted nothing to do with it. The Lowlanders were going, no, we don't want you, mate. We don't want Bonnie Prince Charlie. No, thank you. We're doing all right here. It's money, isn't it? It's all money. And so they kicked his ass, and off he went. And that was the end of it. Scots won the battle, and Scots were wearing the red coat. These people, so stupid. Anyway, Historic Environment Scotland, which is a quango funded by the Scottish government, announced it would review the name of its Redcoat Cafe. So it's running scared. It gets threatened and it goes scared because this guy threatened to blow it up. Surely the correct thing then is to arrest everybody who's threatened this and keep the name and say screw you. Unless you've got some absolute cowards running this, which is probably likely. Anyway, the nationalists raged online, and including a former SNP minister. So Edinburgh Castle has confirmed it will review the names of its cafe and function room after a huge nasty Nats backlash was sparked by an SNP MP. The tourist attraction announced on social media that its Redcoat Cafe was reopening after a refurbishment, but this led to a big pile-in due to the alleged anti-Scotland connotations of the name. No, anti-Highlander, anti-Jacobite. Not anti-Scotland. And this is the trouble. These Nats have got no concept of the difference between the Jacobites and the Lowlanders. And, other Scots. It's not anti-Scottish. God, I'm Northern Irish and I know this shit. Why do they not know their own country's history? Anyway, a number of one-star review bombs were also left about the site by infuriated Skexit supporters, with one even threatening to firebomb it. Said it was not only nationalist trolls who launched an attack on Edinburgh Castle, as a number of actually elected SNP politicians also decried the name. Please find out who they are. Please hand them a history book and tell them to read the damn thing before they keep making arseholes of themselves. A former government minister, Kevin Stewart, said, "This can't be for real, surely. If so, it's a huge misjudgment." Really? You don't want to name this after people from Scotland? Okay, that's fine. Dunfermline MP Douglas Chapman was one of the first to comment on the situation, as he said, "I don't think many will be popping in for anything. Hey, his blah 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 address. How about a swift rebrand? Redcoat, really?" Now, Historic Environment Scotland, which is funded by SNP ministers, said it will review the name, along with the Jacobite function room. Yes, I don't want it named Jacobite. Get rid of the word Jacobite. That's hate-filled. That's anti our royal family. How dare you? Queen Anne will be rolling in the... Do you know, incidentally, she was the last of the Stuart monarchs, wasn't she, Queen Anne? Interesting tangent time. Queen Anne, last of the Stuart monarchs. The reason barristers wear black is because they're still officially in mourning for Queen Anne. Boom, 200 years ago. 300 years ago. Yeah, 300 years ago. And they're still officially in mourning, which is why barristers wear black. There you go. Nice tangent. Anyway, Edinburgh Castle, originally posted on X. We're happy to welcome you back to our newly refurbished Redcoat Cafe. And if you're visiting us over the weekend, pop in for a warm beverage or even a tasty slice of cake. It would be like bitter ashes in the mouths of the gnats, wouldn't it? Anyway, this led to nasty gnats on social media attacking the tourist attraction, with one even calling for the place to be firebombed. Dr. James McIntosh controversially stated that the site deserves to be firebombed. He later deleted his account due to the backlash, and I hope, of course, that the police are knocking on his door as we speak, because that is conspiracy to commit terrorism. That is a major crime. There it is. He said it. Have him arrested. Have him charged. Have him tried. And have his carcass thrown into jail for a long time indeed. Responding to the controversy, a spokesperson for Historic England... Historic England! There's a Freudian slip. Historic Environment Scotland said, "We are aware of the comments on social media on both sides of the debate about the name of the cafe at Edinburgh Castle." Now, okay, let's have a Redcoat and a Jacobite. That's what it's called, the Redcoat Cafe and the Jacobite function room. Both are named after the two sides in the battle, which were predominantly fought by Scots, but they were also fought on both sides by a lot of Dutch, French, German, all sorts. There was a lot of what you call mercenaries, a load of Irish there. And the Irish fought on both sides because they were fighting for money. Didn't give a shit, did they? But that's how it works. That's what happens. Anyway, the name has been in place since 1992, so it's 32 years old, and it reflects the military history which is told throughout the castle. However, the way we interpret history is constantly evolving. Now, if they don't like the Redcoat name, can we ban the Jacobite name as well then? And that'll really piss off the gnats. And then call it something else. The English Tea Room. I would love to see that. I would pay great money for that. Anyway, Cumberland's. Call it Cumberland's Tea. I wonder if they serve Cumberland sausage. Oh, I'm going to go up there and ask for it. Can I have a Cumberland sausage? Make sure I'm with some gnats. Be fantastic. Anyway, what a load of old rubbish it truly is. These people don't have a clue of their own history and are now calling for violence against this tourist attraction. And like, boom, arrest them and charge them. And charge them under Humza Yousaf's hate. Because all of this is anti-English hate. And that's fine. Charge them with it. Although the Redcoats were Scottish. What do you do? Anyway, I'm going to round off and come up. It would be comedically sad of them if it wasn't for the fact that they're so nasty about it and that they're actually encouraging violence. They're actually encouraging anti-English hate. But they're doing so from a position of complete stupid ignorance. But then you don't expect much else from the SNP, do you? They're very, very low intelligence. You can tell that because they're SNP. Marvellous. I suppose they probably think Bonnie Prince Charlie was this heaving giant of a man who almost saved Scotland when he was the tiniest little effete thing. About 5'3", skinny, precious. Can you imagine 6,000 hairy-ass Scotsmen fighting for that and going, is that him? Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment. And we have now finished Monday. The day is broken. We're over to a new whole day. And I will speak to you tomorrow. Bye.